Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey,
I'm Jacob.
and today we are starting, well, I guess properly starting, the actual event of summer DC event. I don't know what I'm saying. This is Absolute Power, Absolute Power number 1. We did, of course, previously cover Absolute Power Ground Zero, sort of the prelude to all this, which is a video came out a little bit ago, so you can go check that out as well. But this is the start of the actual main 4-part event, Absolute Power, which we do also have tie-ins for coming up, because we usually cover Superman and Wonder Woman, so we'll be covering those tie-ins as well. And yeah, we got much Absolute Power in our future is the point. But what's nice about the summer DC event is it's actually going into the fall, and it's actually like slowing down its release schedule a little bit. So it
is monthly, so we're not
greatly appreciated. So
a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess sort of jumping right into this. I actually wasn't expecting the first 3 pages of this to be the 3-page preview that has been in like every issue coming out recently.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with, because it means that everything after that point is new to me. So, but it is a great start. It's, you know,
I will say, this is the first thing we've done with by Mark Waid, I think, properly.
Yeah, and it's your first Mark Waid thing altogether that you've read. So
yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
First thing, I mean, I got.
Oh god, Dan fucking Mora.
Like, I had to read this thing twice because the first time around I was just kind of ogling the art.
Yeah, totally fair.
I couldn't pay attention to the words, Joey.
It's so pretty. Dan Mora stuff is just it is just fucking gorgeous. Yeah, really fun. And the fact that Dan Mora just gets to draw a fuck ton of DC superheroes in this is makes it all the more satisfying to look at. It's really nice. But I do love the opening of this, of course. First off, there's a really scared thug named Joey, which I really appreciated.
I saw that and I was like, oh, now I'm going to read this dialogue in your voice.
Oh, come on, you're fair. Anyway, Superman goes to stop these thugs on this rooftop, and one of them shoots Superman, and it hits Superman. The regular bullet goes through Superman, and he falls out of the sky. And then we jump to 28 hours earlier. It's a hell of an opening. But yeah, basically we see the world turning on superheroes here. All while this sort of really great letter from Amanda Waller to the president sort of narrates these scenes. It's really interesting. So,
and I am gonna have to say it. I love. So, you know, we haven't really talked about AI art on the channel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've discussed it personally. I know we're both big proponents that AI art, not a great thing.
It is not good. It is, in fact, a bad
kind of unethical.
Very unethical. Yeah.
And I think it seems that DC in general, behind the scenes, have been trying to put a no AI policy in place. I know some covers have slipped through the cracks. But they're also, very big corporations. So they're not. I don't expect them to be entirely ethical. But I do think Mark Waid here, taking the use of AI and generative AI, and not so much fear-mongering, but being very aware of what it is capable of and the fear it's able to cause. Because the entire thing here is the world turns on superheroes because the news starts broadcasting AI-generated videos of superheroes killing people.
Yeah.
And having absolutely no oversight.
Yeah. We see it at first with Animal Man and Animal Girl, as this is all happening. It's being like broadcast to people across the internet. Batman and Robin are watching this. This is, of course, Damian Wayne and Robin here. But yeah, they're watching this. They sort of like catch on to it immediately. Something is not right here. We see other videos with the Captain. I'm still getting really used to the Captain, trying to at least. It's still Shazam to me personally.
I am aware of the long legal history of the Captain Marvels between Marvel and DC. And
yeah,
I honestly kind of wish that it's like, hey, you two mega corporations, could you just not, and both allow Captain Marvel to be called Captain Marvel.
Right? I don't know. I'm a fan of Shazam personally, but I get it. Yeah, we see also Green Lantern and Supergirl being framed, sort of like everyone kind of panicking to immediately sort of like get the situation under control, and like nobody quite knows what to do. There's this actually one of my favorite like interactions here early on is this one between Flash and Hawkman, and they're just like, hey, let's get the gang together for this. And they're like, there is no gang, there's nobody to bring together, there's no Justice League, we're kind of just trying to pick up the pieces ourselves. It's a great little moment that I just really appreciated.
I think what really, or at least what made it hit for me, is this scene at the Daily Planet.
Yeah, this idea that one of these workers of the Daily Planet comes in and is like, hey, everyone else is getting on this story, why aren't we? And Lois Lane is like, they are publishing without proof. They've reported first, and then and they haven't actually verified anything. We will do it the other way around. And then they see that that the Daily Planet, quote unquote, the Daily Planet, has in fact published something on the event, on the sort of turn on superheroes here, and Lois Lane knows nothing about it. Somebody has sort of some outside agent has taken control of their servers. They're now producing the same, as Jimmy Olsen puts it, AI trash as the rest of the world. It's and then of course we get the big reveal, the Amanda Waller reveal, because who else could be behind it? It's a really great start. And then we get sort of a peek behind the curtain here as to what's going on.
We see that Waller is going rogue, like the White House is publicly disavowing her operation.
Mm-hmm. She's working with Sarge Steel here, who's a character we've been seeing a lot about through Wonder Woman recently, which does get called out here, of course. But Waller shows Sarge Steel what she has hiding in the Hall of Order here, which is the Queen Brainiac, as well as Failsafe here. If you don't know who those are, that's why Ground Zero exists, which is also a great issue. You should check that. But yeah, very excited to see what role they're going to play in all this. We get some allusions to the current Wonder Woman title and Titans Beast World and all that. It's cool. It's really cool. We get Amanda Waller sort of debriefing Dreamer here, getting her involved in all this. We see the rest of the Titans sort of trying to handle all this. Cyborg is specifically being like hacked in this moment. He's like hitting these firewalls that are like active defenses that are fighting against him. Oracle's trying to hack into all this, find out what's going on, but Amanda Waller is like, protected beyond protected. Just watching, like, I think one of the things that Wade really has a great handle on here is sort of the constant panic throughout this. This attack has been prepared for so long that like the heroes in trying to react to it are directly playing into Waller's hand. It's this great build of tension that I think is pulled off really effectively. This is of course eventually catches up to the Superman flash forward at the beginning of the issue, where Superman is shot down. We see something aiming at Superman as he is being shot, which I find fascinating. We see that John and Connor are nearby, and they're able to catch Superman as he falls out of the sky, and they realize that they are able to be affected as well, as they are also shot down.
Within the span of like 6 pages,
yeah, it all happens.
The dominoes just start to fall, and it's
totally.
Like, there's a reason I had to read this twice, because the art's really, really good. Nora's art is really good at making you feel powerless. Like, because we're building to the reveal that the premise is the superheroes have their power taken away.
Probably like the scariest moment in this whole thing, which is Amanda Waller starts addressing the public just right out in the open, which is just how you know that an Amanda Waller plan has succeeded, when she stops operating in the shadows. It's so good, absolutely chilling moment. She reveals that they have somehow taken away every superhero's power or ability to tap into their power. If they're a magic user, they will forget how to use it, etc., etc.
If they're device users like Bruce Wayne, Batman, They will drain their devices. A little interesting because Batman's also a formidable fighter, as well as a lot of these heroes. A lot of the.
But I'm sure we'll find a way. I mean, I think that's kind of true of like most of these heroes, is that they all kind of at least like have some sort of physical strength that they can still become, regular fighters with. Which I'm sure will be interesting to see Wade tap into in some of the other issues, and also see what some of the tie-ins do with that. Yeah, that'll be cool. But then we get our sort of big reveal as to Amanda Waller's a fighting force that she has on her side. This is Task Force 7. These are the sort of Amazo, not quite Amazo, but fail-safe robot versions of the Justice League. I say Amazo because they do look very Amazo-like, don't they?
They call out they are Amazo. They are Amazos connected to fail-safe combined.
Yeah.
So
some of these designs work better than others, I think. Obviously the Batman failsafe design was always meant to work. Some of them not so much. I'm not a fan of the Aquaman one or the Superman one personally.
Part of the problem is they're a bit too standardized, honestly.
I mean that's the point, I guess. But
yeah, but like
I will say I do really like
the reason the Justice League designs work is as sort of the image of the classic image of the Justice League. Obviously, there isn't a league here. Works because there's so many diversity in the designs, and they all run each other fairly nicely.
There are some that do really work. I do like the GL one, and I like the Martian Manhunter one. Some of those are pretty cool, but
weird that it's the ones that are mostly green.
Yeah, they just suit the look. It's nice. They are unleashed. They begin fighting off these other. They begin hunting down these other heroes, and then we get what has definitely been the most controversial reveal of this, as Batman gets a sort of a message or a call from Oliver Queen, who is fighting on the side of Amanda Waller in all this. He is part of her plan. It is something that, as someone that is reading Green Arrow month to month, has been set up. There is definitely, I think at least, definitely some more going on here that neither Williamson or Wade have revealed fully in either of the other things that they're working on. But
I'm hoping he's ready to double cross Waller at the first opportunity, at the right opportunity, because
I mean that is possible, but also one could definitely understand the sort of out of character accusations, but also Oliver Queen's distrust of people with superpowers is also well documented. Maybe not so much that he would side with the government, but it's not.
For me, it's he's working with the government. I'm like, mainly because Oliver Queen as a character is he's supposed to be Robin Hood, basically.
However, if we are playing with the idea that Waller herself is rogue and that the White House is disavowing her, maybe I suppose one could also make the argument that he's not really working for the government in that case. But who knows? Who knows? I'm sure it's something.
The story.
Yeah,
I'm sure. The way we present Waller is very governmental. I mean, her address has her near directly quoting Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
So
it's. I'm sure it's something we'll see more of going forward, and I'm sure we'll see what's actually going on with Ollie going forward. But for now, I'm cool with it. I kind of like the reveal, especially him going directly up against Batman is really interesting. But we basically spend the rest of the issue focusing it on these heroes being hunted down. We're focusing on Failsafe and Queen Brainiac, of course.
John Kent gets captured, we see in one panel, as Clark is bleeding out.
And we
the last three panels of the main story are those are harrowing. Especially the Superman and Aquaman ones,
it's rough. And then we do, of course, end the issue with a little 2-page tease implying some John Kent memory loss. It seems like that'll be.
But she's doing something to John Kent.
Yeah, and little worried about that. And basically trouble. That is the recap. People are in trouble, and it's not good. But yeah.
So this is the start of the event proper.
Yeah, and
this is going to be a big event.
Yep.
My one hope is that, and I know there's going to be a ton of stuff in the tie-ins.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that specifically this tease right at the end with John is not relegated to tie-ins. I hope that stays in the main event.
Well, I know Mark Waid has said that John Kent is one of the main players of the event, so I'm pretty sure that's a lot of who will be following going forward. I will be very curious to see.
I have a feeling that like a lot of the Oliver Queen stuff might be in the Task Force 7 tie-ins.
That's very possible. That's very possible. Though that's a whole other miniseries we're not covering on the channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm now fascinated to see what the hell Superman does this month.
Yeah. That and Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman, yeah.
Because they got 3 tie-ins coming up across this month, August and September. So yeah, very curious to see all that, and curious to see where all of this goes.
I will say, great start. Great proper start. Zero laid the groundwork, but this feels like the actual opening shot.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, this is when everything goes to hell, and yeah, I'm very excited to see where this goes. So. I think that about does it for that. Otherwise, check out other Fresh Face one-shots that we do. We've already said we cover Superman by Joshua Williamson and Wonder Woman by Tom King. We do also cover Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various. And starting this month, I believe, right? We're starting the Robin Lives miniseries, the sort of alternate future Death in the Family thing. Very excited for that. I think that's going to be really fun. So, yeah, check all that out. And also check out the main podcast that we do, Fresh Face Comics. We're in the middle of a Marvel block right now. We just recently released an episode on some Amazing Spider-Man stuff by Stan Lee, and we're moving into some Chris Claremont X-Men stuff coming up next. So check all that out. Also, our link trees to all our socials and everything will be in the description below. You can check all that there. And I think that about does it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan,
Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.